All right, so let's continue. Well, now we know who are these guys. Um, so let's go again. Cestui, Cestui, you correct me. Cestui Que Vie Act 1666. 1666, chapter 1118. I'm going to share my screen also. So the ones that doesn't have the document can see it. All right. Let's do this one. Okay, so we said a recital that Cestui Que Vie have gone beyond the sea, and that reversioners can now find out whether they are alive or dead. And we was talking about these people, the lords of manners. Now that we know already who are these people, then you can find it. We saw it already, and everyone else can find it over here on this page. So explain really fast, Karen, if you don't mind, who are these people or who these people are.
It was a family from the ancient Norman regions who eventually migrated all across the world, including to North America.
Very nice. Okay. Well, so whereas diverse lords of manors and others have granted estates by lease for one or more life or lives, or else for years. So this is all English, right? Or no? Why we are looking at this stuff? Because we will find on this document some words that are not all English. And you guys can get confused and never find what really means what the document is trying to say. Have stuff hidden. I say it right. So here we find it that this is a really all English. Okay? This word, years, that mean years, obviously. You can find it on Bible also. In really all Bibles. Can you see? Oh, I'm sorry. Imprinted at London. So we see different, well, many times this word over here. And this is real Old English. Okay? Determinable upon one or more life or lives. And it had often happened that such a person or persons for whose life or lives such estates have been granted have gone beyond the seas or saw it. Okay, so absented, yeah. So this is not so for so what, right? This is not all English. If we look for it, We're going to find out what really so means. If we put soy, meaning it will say state-owned property. Soy, all right? So now we know that they are not talking about this stuff, so whatever. It's talking about the state-owned property. Abbreviation for the state-owned property. A company that is owned by a government. If we look that if it's all English, so now we know that the property that the people was living at that places and they were going beyond the seas became to be a SOE. SOE means state-owned property. And we're going to go over here in dictionary. IVA. We all love IVA. No? All right. Let's do this better. Here we go. Why this? Here we go. A large wooden vessel for carrying water. I don't think that is on that document. All right. So, what else? Nope, it's not soya. Even it's not talking about that neither. No. All right. So and we got to the right place when we see state-owned property, because even match with the document what we are talking about. So first we saw do E, and now we see so E, right? Absented themselves for many years, that the lessors and reversioners cannot find out whether such a person or persons be alive or dead, by reason whereas such lessors and reversioners have been held out of position of their tenements for many years. Again, this is all English. After all the lives upon which such estates depend are dead, in regard that the lessors and reversioners, when they have brought actions for the recovery of their tenements, have been put upon it to prove the death of their tenants, when it is almost impossible for them to discover the same, for remedy of which mischief, that's how you read it, right? Mischief. Thank you. Soy, so frequently happening to such lessors or reversioners, for remedy of which, yes or no, much state on it property, much on this sentence, yes or no? Karen, you look like a a mommy.
I'm sorry,
If-
what were you asking?
what I'm asking, if it's soy much over here as a state-owned property, if it match on this sentence, Ineke say yes. What do you think?
I'm still not sure what the question is.
Well, we have soy again over here, a state-owned property, right?
Right?
So do you think that this word, state-owned property, much to be on this sentence? Can we have that word? That word over here can means that or not? You are lost.
I I am lost.
You are in another place. Karen, are you with us? Karen, we know already that soy means stay on a property. If I
Correct.
read this sentence and I want to think that this word means stay on a property, it much to be on this sentence or not?
No.
No? Why?
Well,
I love it.
it's talking about people living on their estates, but then it says lessers and reversioners. I'm not sure what a
No.
reversion,
I'm talking about this sentence. We're gonna get back to the other place.
right?
Ah, okay. Ah, here. Lessers and reversioners. I'm sorry. I'm lost.
For remedy.
Here.
So is it asking if these people are not living on their land, is there a remedy for them? Is that what they're asking?
No, I'm telling you, I'm telling you that what this said. This said for remedy of with mischief, stay on it property, frequently happening to such lessers or reversioners. So it's a remedy that goes to stay on it property. Because if we said, like everybody think that this SOE means so in all English, so fake and so not, doesn't match. If I say so frequently happening, yes or no? Did you get what I'm saying or not?
No, not really.
I'm not getting nothing. Oh, today we are all right. Explain to me this lesson. This I'm sorry. This is a good lesson I was about to say. Explain to me this sentence.
Well, I can't. That's what I'm not saying. It's actually not a sentence. This is not a sentence. This is a sentence fragment.
Very good. Very good. It's no a sentence. So what about if I instead put so e over here, right? What about if I change these and I put state-owned enterprises, right? Because state-owned enterprises, that is what I mean. That is what that means. And now you read the whole sentence from here to here and change these for a state-owned enterprise. It make any sense now or not?
So a remedy for which mischief state-owned enterprises frequently happening. It's still not a sentence. It doesn't make any sense to me. Is it asking if the state can get remedy for mischief?
It's not asking, it's telling you.
Oh, that the state can get remedy for something they feel has been done wrongly to them.
Yeah, I was the one asking you.
Okay.
They're not asking you. I was asking you. So they are saying over here that for remedy of which mischief, stay on our property frequently happening to such lessors or reversioners. So they have to pay a remedy, you know? Why? Because the lords of manors that we was reading before, they have a land, right? We can see this in every friggin' movie. They have a land and they have people living on their land, the families. The families means the slaves, the people that work on the land. Even some lords don't want that people to sell their production to anybody else that was not there. They was the only ones that were allowed to buy whatever they were producing. Okay. So that was really bad because if they don't want to pay for it, they don't pay. And that people, just live for whatever they produce, not for what they can get. You know what I'm saying? So these laws of manners were really piece of work, because I don't want to say something else. I don't want to be banned. But they're saying when these people live, for example, there was the Lord of Manners, and then was a baron, for example, on that land. And then were the slaves, right? And to the baron, put it this way, Pascal was a baron of one of the lands that you, as a Lord of Manners, give to Pascal. You give to Pascal that piece of land. And Pascal said, oh, I want to go to Canada, right? And Pascal goes to Canada and he's not coming back. And put it, he didn't went to Canada. He just went to Italy, right? But we don't know nothing else about Pascal. We don't know if he's alive or he's dead. So you're going to put another baron over there because you want another baron to take care of those lands. And that's going to be the lessors, right? And they're going to be using whatever Pascal left on that land. All right. So that is how things used to work at that time. Pascal got a lot of stuff. He had his house full of everything, and he wanted to go to some place because he had a business or he has an emergency or whatever. But then we don't know nothing else about Pascal. So we said, all right, he's beyond seas or whatever, we're going to make this document. This document haven't been touched or fixed or whatever since 1666. Haven't been touched or amended, I'm sorry. So this is important because this play for everybody. So we see the first line on this whole paragraph that say, okay, we are put in the situation. What is the situation over here? This guy left. Pascal left. Pascal, where you went? She's not here. Pascal.
Canada.
Canada. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So he's gone. We don't know if he's alive or whatever, but we're gonna make this document so we, as a lords of manners, we can take care of our lands and all the stuff. Also, we give to him this land to take care, but he has a staff on it. So we have to protect ourselves so we don't be called thief. All right, let's continue. Let's go to the second one. Hello. Cestui que vie remaining beyond the sea. That means that Pascal is still beyond the sea. I don't know. He said he went to Canada. We don't believe him. But anyway, Cestui que vie remaining beyond sea for 7 years together and no proof of their lives. Judge in action to direct a verdict as though Cestui Que Vie were dead. We're gonna say, oh, he might be dead. He might be dead. We don't care. La 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 la. Okay, let's continue. If such a person for whose life or lives such estates have been or shall be granted as a for sale shall remain beyond the seas or elsewhere, absent themselves in this realm, but the space of 7 years together. And no. What that means? No, no what? That is an only English? Did you guys think that is an only English? No, eh? We don't want to know. Let's see. Meaning in law. What do you have in Eke?
Let's see, where is it? Yeah, it was rest or repose.
En Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drink too much. No. It's notice of extension
Oh, okay.
in law. Noem means a brief notice which may be filed by a public agency after it has decided to carry out or approve a project and has determined that the project is exempt from say blah 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 as being ministerial blah 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 blah. So it's a notice of exemption. Let's get back to the document. It is true that that is what he's saying. If it's such a person who whose life or lives such estates have been or shall be granted as a for sale shall remain beyond the seas or elsewhere, absent themselves in this realm by the space of 7 years together, and notice of exemption sufficient and evident proof be made of the life of such a person or person, respectively, in any action commenced for recovery of such tenements by the lessors or reversioners. In every such a case, the person or person upon those life or lives, such estates depend should be accounted as naturally dead. We, we make you dead, Pascal. We're gonna do a notice of exemption And we're gonna say, oh well, this guy haven't get in touch with us for 7 years, so I'm really sorry. We think he's dead. We're gonna make a notice of exemption that he's dead. And if you look for it, when you do that notice of exemption, it's for property. If you do your research, you're gonna see that it's only for property. Or for things that can be carried out on a ship. It's weird, right? So we know now where those people up today come up with those words, because those words were from these years. Also, we have another thing over here. The calendar in London of United Kingdom that was United Kingdom, Ireland, London, the Brits. That don't work. Those three things together don't work. That was the worst mistake that they just made, trying to put all the work together from there. If you look that in 1666, London was not using the Gregorian calendar. They were using the London calendar. The London calendar, if you look for it, had just the birthdays of princes, engagements of lords, whatever. Don't have nothing like what we see in the calendar today. The Gregorian calendar that we have is the calendar for the slaves. Because the people that work was the only one that was using the Gregorian calendar. London began to see the Gregorian calendar in the 1917, 17 or 18, something like that. We can see also, if you guys look at Netflix, the series, how we call it, Abby something.
Downton Abbey.
That one. Thank you. If you see it, you can see that the guy that's gonna be the one that received the heritage of that house, because the woman used not to get the heritage, just guys. This guy was a lawyer, and they were sitting on the table. No, not sitting on the table. They was eating. They was sitting in a chair, and they was they were sitting talking, and the old lady, the grandma in the house, she have all the customs that they used to have in the old age. And this guy was supposed to get all the heritage of the house, but he's a lawyer, so he cannot take care of the gentleman business in weekdays because he's working. So he said, "Oh, I work, so I cannot take care of that stuff until the weekends." And they was really surprised, but because gentlemen don't work. They take care of the lands and their business. They do not have days like we have. They have their days. Mm? And grandma said, what is a weekend? Because he says he can take care of the things the weekends. And grandma said, what is a weekend? Because they don't have that. The only ones that have weekends and work days are the slaves. And we can see, if you guys do a research, the London calendars. Let's look at it. London calendars. No. Used to be a really little boxes with the stones. London calendar boxes. Let's see with the stones. No, that is not the way you look for it. London calendar. Oh, 1,600, but let's put it in. London calendar. 1,600. The 1600s. Wow. Well, this is the Gregorian one. If you, when you do the research, they're gonna tell you that they were using the Julian calendar with this full crap, and I'm sorry. Because you can see in different places, in movies also, they show it. They show everything. Well, I cannot find it over here. We will see it later in other pictures of that time. No. Well, I opened so many pages. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can find it, if you can look for it in such other way. It's fine. They were little boxes, and I'm gonna show it to you later because we have it in another theme that we need to. They were little boxes like these, and they had a lot of stones, nice stones, like a crow. No. And that has the calendar, and when you open, you can see all the queen's birthday, the princess birthday, the barons, all the nobles and the engagements, all the celebrations, and nothing to do with the slavery. Nothing to do with work, with weekend, with no, those things, no. Anyway. Did you guys find anything regarding that, what I'm saying? Ineke, Karen, Pascal?
No, not yet. No.
All right. I will share that. I will share that later. I don't remember what picture we saw there. That is, I think it was in St. George picture. Well, we will see later. Anyway, so we're gonna give for sure that Pascal is dead because he was not here for 7 years together. So I'm sorry, we are taking you stuff. We're gonna go to the next paragraph and it say, if the supposed dead man proved to be alive, holy moly, then is coming back Pascal, and we thought that he was dead, and we took his whole stuff. Damn it, you should be dead. If the supposed dead man proved to be alive, then the title is revested action for main profits with interest. So it's those titles together over here. One is that Pascal come back to this place when we give him for that and we took everything. So now an action for means profit with interest, we need to pay him. Damn it. But he have to pay us because we was taking care of his stuff. Mm-hmm. Said, provided always that if any person, a person, well, here we see the difference between different persons. Remember that person is a fiction. It's not a being, uh, or self. It's not or self. It's a person. Person, a fiction. Person should be evicted out of any lens or tenants. So we put on Pascal lens, we put in naked. So now we're gonna evict in naked. Put in naked. By virtue of this act. And afterwards, if such a person or persons upon his life or lives, such a state or states, depend shall return again from beyond the seas. Again, why? Why again? Because first, we're going to receive one that we thought was dead. So the dead now is alive. So now we have to make another document. He's alive. So return again. So first, return the dead one. The dead one says, no, I'm not dead, I'm alive. All right, so he return again alive. Such a, I'm sorry, shall proof is in any action to be brought for recovery of the same, to be may appear to be living, or to have been living at the time of the eviction, that then and from thenceforth, that then I cannot see nothing. Can you help me? No, these glasses doesn't work anymore. Can you help me, Karen? Just go slow because we need to take care of everything.
Sure. So to have been living at the time of eviction, that then and from thenceforth the tenant or lessee who was outed of the same, his or their executors or administrators or assignees shall or may re-enter, repossess, have, hold, and enjoy the said lands or tenements in his or their former estate, for and during the life or lives or SOE long term.
Now, so hold on. Just instead, soy just said whatever it is, state-owned enterprise.
Right,
So,
right.
so you can, when you read it, it makes more sense to people what it is.
Okay. Let's see. So during the life or lives or state-owned enterprise long term, as the said person or persons upon whose life or lives the said estate or estates depend shall be living, and also shall upon action or actions to be brought by him or them against the lessors, revisioners, or tenants in possession or other persons respectively, which since the time of the said eviction received the profits of the said lands or tenements, recover for damages the full profits of the said lands or tenements respectively, with lawful interest for and during the life or lives or state-owned enterprise long term, as the said person or persons upon whose life or lives the said estate or estates depend shall be living, and also shall upon action or action. Oop, what happened?
I'm sorry. You was reading what I was. I was going. I was going forward. I'm sorry. I forgot I was sharing my screen. Oh my lord.
Okay,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. And also shall upon action or actions to be brought by him or them against the lessors, revisioners, or tenants in possession, or other persons respectively, which since the time of the said eviction receive the profits of the said land or tenements, recover for damages the full profits of the said lands or tenements respectively, with lawful interest for and from the time that he or they were outed of the said lands or tenements, and kept or held out of the same by the said lessors, revisioners, tenants, or other persons who after the said eviction received the profits of the said lands or tenements, or any of
And now I'm changing.
any of them respectively, as well, in the case when the said person or persons upon whose life or lives such estate or estates did depend are or shall be dead at the time of bringing of the said action or actions, as if the said person or persons were then living.
All right. So, what do you understand with this stuff? Remember the title of this paragraph that said, "Oh, this guy is alive," right? And what it is here. If the supposed man to be dead is alive, oh Lordy, this guy is alive. And then, well, we need to take action for profit and interest, right? Okay, give me 1 second. Ineke?
Yeah, my question was when we are reading this, so many words have a capital. First letter is a capital. Is there a reason for it?
Oh, yeah. I mean that the state has is a fiction that has someone that is beyond, that has a being that is behind that to give it power. Remember that the state cannot have a power if you don't give to the state you sovereignty, your rights, your freedom, your nation, because the only one that can born is you. So a state cannot have a nation. The state is a fiction, cannot born. So everything has a capital letter at the beginning. It's because one being is behind. And why we don't say human being? Because human means what? Slaves. Human, woman, man. This are man. And this, give me heads up to hello. It's supposed to dead man. Why is calling these guys slaves? Why? Let's see. Let's go to the Black Law Dictionary. And most people have a really confused the the Black's Law Dictionary. Why is called Black Law Dictionary? It's called Black Law Dictionary because the guy who wrote this dictionary, his last name is Black. Blacks. No, because nothing else. It's another one that I have. But anyway, you should see this one. This one also. I have a couple of ones. You can see. Black Law Dictionary. Definition of the terms and phrases of American and English jurisprudence, ancient and modern, by Henry Campbell Black. That is why it's called Black Law Dictionary, for his last name. This guy have been writing all this kind of stuff: bankruptcy, mortgage, constitutional law, interpretation of law, etc., judgments and everything. So if we go, let's search for it. If we go to the word almost, that we are supposed to be almost, as the indoctrination said, is searching. Come on. We saw the one just passed. Look at this. This is just a joke because I say free men. See, liber homo, free men before the Norman conquest, blah 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 blah, etc., right? But hold on. Non homo, God mixture, no man. Homo, a man, a human being, male or female, a vassal, a feudal tenant, a retainer, dependent, of servant. So here is where we see that homo means servant, that vassal. So we see a man, a human being, male or female. So they're calling us on international law servants, vassals. Why I'm saying this? Because some people said to me, people that have the same career that I have, They'd say, oh, no, Patricia, this is saying that homo is all those things. No, 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 no. If it was not a servant, what is say over here? The homo cartularius is a slave, manumitted by charter. That is the one that by letter you liberate him. Some people think that because they write a letter and they say, I'm a free man and blah, 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 they're free. Yeah, right. I don't want to add whatever I'm thinking. But you guys that know me, let's see. Homo commendatus in feudal law, one who surrendered himself into the power of another for the sake of protection or support. So every time that we see homo, we see an slave. Any slave that you want to think of. All right. Let's go to the next one, because here we are seeing that now we have to pay profit with interest because the tenants were taking care of my stuff. This is what this is saying. These persons or person were taking care of the stuff. What did you guys understood? Pascal, what did you understand when we saw this paragraph?
It felt like there was witchcraft with because there was a lot of repeating to me.
Very good. Continue.
That's the main thing I got. The
That's it?
yeah, that's it. That's it for the moment. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Very good. It's witchcraft. Whatever you see that is repeating and repeating is an spell. Hmm? Let's go, Karen. What else?
So they're assuming if you're not there, you must be dead and lost at sea so they can claim your estate. Am I correct?
Yeah, that is what was saying the one before. But this one is that the one that I assumed that was dead, if the supposed dead man proved to be alive, holy moly, and we are in his house, what do we do now? Well, let's charge him because we was taking his stuff. Right? That is the way that bad people act. But what do you want to do? Mm? Ineke, what did you understand?
Yeah, what you said a couple of times, that when the dead man comes back, he has to pay the caretaker of his property, of his it says OA is SOA. So yeah, that's
You know what? When I saw the first time this document, because I was so indoctrinated, I was like, oh, how nice. This is really old. They have kept, you know, the writing and the way that it's supposed to be. What, what a nice document. I was so stupid. I'm sorry. And then I said, this doesn't look like it make any sense. And I start looking for all English all over the place. And this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it is. Sometimes I have Spanish people that they think that they know more English than me. And I'm like, I'm asking to people that really know English. You know what I'm saying? And they try to tell me what it is. And that is why the first thing, um, Pascal and Ineke, they are from Belgium. Karen is from the United States. And I asked them first to look for it before we start the recording of this class. I said, look for in all English if you can find these words, blah, blah, blah. They were looking for it. They could not find crap. I mean, nothing. So um, here we are. So you all can understand in reality what these documents means and what it is. Let's go to the next one. What is it? I lost it. Here. This is? Oh no. All right. I'm missing one paragraph. There's 4 paragraphs. Don't tell me. Oh, this one doesn't have it. I should have it. Mm, I'm sorry. Cestui Que Vie Act. Let me see it. Give me, guys, 1 second because I want to see it in Spanish because I think this document is missing one paragraph. Well, no, I guess we are fine. Are that 3 only? Okay. So, Cestui Que Vie, you not only gonna be getting your stuff back, you also, let's see, hold on. You also gonna be paying for them, to them, because they were taking you stuff. So when people said to me, let's see, when people said to me, oh, you are the one that know how to get this Cestui Que Vie, Que Vie, Cestui, I'm sorry, let's say it, okay, Cestui Que Vie, Que Vie, Cestui Que Vie. Come on, Ineke, open your microphone.
Cestui Que Vie. Repeat
Cestui-
after me. Cestui Que Vie.
Cestui Que Vie. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you, teacher. Oh gosh, I feel like in school when she said repeat after me. I got nervous. All right. So that seriously, believe it or not. So these people is so confused. People think that they're gonna be getting millions and millions. No, guys. You left after 7 years. You are showed on UID that you are supposed to be dead because in UID is have the letters, and after that is why they changed the document after the 7 years old. All right. Some countries not. It goes after 14-year-old, like in Spain, and other countries like in Belgium. How it is in Belgium? When you get UID?
I honestly don't remember that anymore. And I think it changed. I think I was 12 or 16, but I think it's changed over the years. Maybe Pascal knows better because he has children.
All right, Pascal.
You can get an idea before 7 years. So if you
Yes.
ask, but I cannot say if they change it after 7 years. I cannot tell that. I'm not sure.
How old is your daughter?
Now she's 12. I should have a look at her ID if there's an end date, maybe the valid date.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind.
Okay, I look. I don't know. My wife has it, so I have just a moment. I
All
get
right.
it.
Okay, okay. All right. So while we are waiting for Pascal to hand her wife to see the ID to go after her. And most people think that everything what they have gotten in his life, the country has to pay to them. And that is upsetting because they don't know how to read, because if you know how to read the law, you will understand that, yes, you have stuff, but now you need to pay for it because you left for so many years. And they say, how am I going to be paying off this stuff? Well, that is part of the emancipation. When you buy, you fiction, all right? Because right now it's not you fiction, it's the state fiction. And there is Pascal. Tell me, Pascal.
Okay, I have it. So the idea is valid till 25, and then she will be. She becomes 14 in September, so she will still be 13, but she becomes 14 in September, and it's valid till February from that year.
Very nice. So that means that it's exactly the same in Spain. In Spain, happened exactly the same thing. You can have an ID to work together everything, what you need to do to make business with the state. That is the ID for. So the idea is to make business with the fiction. The idea is a fiction that the state create for you, and they register in the mercantile, mercantile, right? That is how you say it, right? The registration on in with the commerce, so they can do contracts with you. They can not do any contract with you if you don't have an ID. That is why states came up with the bullshit that is the right of the kid. The right of the kid is that you leave the freaking self alone. That is the right of the kid. But in another hand, you see there is a lot of crazy people that put in danger the kids. We have a lot of bad people. Well, we can see in different documentals and in the news and whatever, how they, you know, uh, put kids on a slavery, sexual slavery, right? So we have that problem. That is why we cannot believe in everyone that everyone wants the good for the kids when it's not true. Not everyone wants the good for the kids. So we have to think of that stuff. On one hand, it's good that the kid has a fiction to do contract with the state when they need to. And on the other hand, is the beliefs of the state that they think that they can do whatever they want when they feel like it. So that is why we write documents when they are not on the right. For example, if it's to save a kid of one guy that is putting in danger, or one parent that is putting in danger the kid, I'm going to make a contract with the state to protect that kid. But if it's like, for example, jabs, the vaccines, right, that they put aluminum to a baby, when you have micrograms to put in one baby of aluminum per kilogram, you can put only 5 micrograms of aluminum per kilo in a baby. And they are putting 200 micrograms per kilo. So it's toxic. So I don't gonna put a jab on any kid. Why are you gonna be putting a jab on a kid when the kid is healthy? Why are you putting the hepatitis B vaccine to a baby when that vaccine, when that sickness is, you can get it through sexual actions, sexual things, or blood transfusion? That is how you say it. So why are you going to be putting to a baby that just born that stuff? Because you're going to have sex with the baby? Oh, I see now. Because that is what they are doing in so many places. They even have a freaking flag for it. So now we see that the states, the countries, have not had good intentions with the babies. You don't put jabs to babies for sexual transmission sickness if you don't have a bad intentions. Right? Well, guys, we're going to be leaving the class here today. The next class, we're going to see how this continue with emancipation. That we don't going to share it. We don't going to put it on YouTube. Nothing. I just want the people in YouTube to know what is the real Cestui Que Vie Act. Thank you, Ineke. She contributes to my pronunciation, and Karen also. Pascal, no, he's mean. He just don't give a crap. Anyway, so I just want everybody in YouTube to know how this act works, what it really means, and how can you get all the stuff that you have been buying with the fiction that you have today for the state. How can you get it back? Because everything that you got, your house, you bike, you motorcycle, you whatever you have in your car, you have it registered under the fiction that is not yours. How can you get it back? Well, all those things are in public registration. So now you have to pass them to private registration. But how are you going to do it? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell these guys that in class. So have a good one. Take care of yourself. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. You guys don't leave. You can and everyone else don't leave.